Hello and welcome to COMP3218 Game Design and Development. This is our Let's Play session for coursework 2. I am Adrienne Chapman, a lecturer on the course, and with me today is...
I'm Callum, and I'm one of the demonstrators on the course.
So for this particular coursework, the students were given 3 different fables. They were then asked to do an interactive narrative game around the themes, or that showcase some of the themes within one of the fables. Shall we start with our first game? All right, for our first game, we've got Kingdom's Trial, Path of Honor. Let's do this.
Was to move, left mouse to shoot. Nice brief tutorial. Are you getting the audio there?
You can't hear the audio. I'm assuming there is.
Right, we've got some pretty nice, chill... It sounds almost harpsichord-like music. Okay. I've run out of money and I can no longer afford treatment. Oh, she's ill. Okay, so now it's the player talking. Okay. King is accepting audiences today. Okay, so we need to go find the king. I'm assuming it's going to be along one of these roads. Oh, I just picked up a coin.
Yeah, so there is this assumption that, how do you get there? But you're not stuck to the road. Whoa, is that somebody coming after you?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be.
Like a person fox.
Like a giant beaver? Wait, how close can it...
You're already down a heart. Whoa!
Okay, I clicked on it and it disappeared. So I guess that's the... Oh, there's a little shooting animation. Okay, that's nice. Right, I'll leave exploring for maybe later. Let's just follow the road for this one.
Follow the path. Oh, there's somebody else to talk to.
I can steal. Woman. See, there we go. I knew there'd be a reason to go in that field. It looks like a note.
Do you go help your mother, or do you go help this woman?
Or I can steal from her.
Ooh, let's steal from her.
I wonder if I could do both.
Help and then steal?
I can't talk to the child separately. Oh no! The beaver is back.
Oh, there's multiple beavers. Are they squirrels?
I have no idea. Okay, I assume that's meant to say something about picking up the doll. I don't know what the money's for, but it's there, so I'm taking it. A weird map. Ooh, can I look at the weird map?
How do we look at it? Yes.
I can't get into their house either.
Oh, you could still steal though, but you could. It did give you the option to steal as well.
Let's do it.
Art.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, I can't pressing. Oh, they've disappeared. Okay, I don't know what I got from the stealing. What is this?
What is that? It's like a penguin?
It's okay, it's just a big rock.
Egg? Oh, okay.
Oh no. There we go. Okay. Ooh, we got a literal branching path here. Oh no. You can get quite, you do not need to be close to them for them to hurt you. Oh, no. So, amidst my valiant efforts, darkness takes its hold. The journey ends, but your story remains. Tale of courage that was cut short. Okay, so it looks like the first choice I made... Oh. Okay, it has broken, so I will restart the game. Oh. If you want to go back and pause there, you can see all of my Firefox tabs. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's... Ah! Forgot about him. Alright, this time let's not try to steal from them, and hopefully the game will be fine.
You've already lost a heart. Oh, there's still this little bug here in the dialogue. It's okay. So I actually think that at this point, I'm going to start walking us through the
very awkward
arcing criteria for this particular
Oh, he can go through
game.
fences. That's not fair.
And we'll try to flag pieces that we see during the play if they
there's so many of them.
Whoa, you've got a lot of people there chasing you.
Oh, no!
Whoa, you walked right into him. Come on, Cal.
He travels very fast.
Ooh. Not that I could do any better. Oh, let's steal from this guy. Okay, let's talk to him. Fine.
I'm going for 100% good boy.
Oh, you're going for like real nice person, huh? All right.
There are 3 mystical orbs that he requires. I got...
Well,
wait, did I go back and talk to them? Oh no, I didn't check. Where? Can I have the hints back? Blue orb is near water. Green orb is in the forest. The red orb is near the start of everything. Does that mean the start of the game or some kind of metaphorical?
I don't know. Yeah, where you started next to Mom. Unfortunately, there's some construction going on in the hallway outside my office. I'm not sure how sound will do on this. We'll keep trying. Do we see an orb anywhere? Oh, what's that kind of glowing to the left, bottom left? Is that just an artifact of the screen in some way?
Yeah, it looks
just
like yeah, I think it's just a visual effect. I don't think I can get that way.
I was hoping for a red orb, you know? Okay, so we're going to talk about quality here. Presentation.
Ah, there it is. Oh, god damn it.
How did you die?
There was another angry beaver.
Okay, so let's talk about graphics, audio, and information design. So information design, we see all the pieces you need, although I'm not sure why we need coins at this point. We definitely need hearts. It's following you. It got a heart already. There's the dialogue boxes where you would expect them to be. Information design is fine. The graphics actually are cohesive and coherent together. You were saying the audio is actually very nice. Are there changes in audio? So when you pick up a coin, does it go ding? Or, when you're talking to somebody, does the audio change a little?
No, there doesn't seem to be any sound effects. It's just a sort of background music. But I will say the background music does fit very well with the sort of feel of the game.
Here comes an angry beaver. Yep. Okay. So, there's this one dialogue box that has a small bug in it. So I think for the most part we're almost at professional, complete, and effective in this game. I think it's a nicely put together piece. Let's talk a little bit about meaningful play, which includes mechanics, controls, and bugs. I'm not even going to count that dialogue box as much of a bug. There it is. There. How do the controls feel?
The movement is very sort of slidey. He moves very fast, given the amount of screen space you have.
Yeah.
And also when you try to stop, for instance, you sort of keep going for a little while. So it's a little bit awkward. But oh, what?
Where did you get to?
Apparently, there's a magic portal that puts me in a cave. I'm gonna go back and find these orbs. Also, the fact that controls-wise, yeah, it's... Oh, no! Oh!
Died.
Okay, let's start again.
Okay, so I think this is
I'm going to turn the music down a bit, because I'm having a bit of a... Okay.
I think that...
It won't let me turn the music down. Alright, that's fine. Oh, no, I've got 2 copies of it open now. There we go.
I think we're very much we should talk about mechanics. So the mechanics here, we're picking up coins, although I'm not sure why we're picking up coins.
It's definitely not doing anything yet.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's your orb. You found it.
I did.
Where does the and it was back at the beginning. I don't see the orb anywhere in like an inventory here. We just have to remember we have the orb here.
Yeah.
We don't know what the coins are for. So you have the mechanics of picking up your orbs. You can shoot angry beavers.
And they appear to be able to travel through all of the obstacles, which
absolutely.
I think is a way of. I think it's a way of them being able to simplify their pathfinding.
There's your green orb. Did you see it go down? Go down. There's green orb.
Was that?
Go down. There you go.
In the forest. Tree. Okay, I'm very scared that surprise beavers will try and kill me.
Surprise beavers are gonna come get you. There is one.
They're the ones that killed me last time.
Right.
Okay, I can't get it that way. I got it. We
just have to remember that. Yes, you have 2 orbs now. Now we have to find water for the third. Sorry. There's obviously some dialogue boxes that you're interacting with. We don't quite know what the orbs are for. You can steal. You can help when tasks. I think those are kind of the mechanics that we're seeing here.
There's so many of them.
So I think
there's nothing in here. That's rude.
No water. Yeah, that was rude. They kind of, put a lot of beaver guards. Yeah, I think we're playable. I think we're moving towards engaging. I think some of those little bugs. I think the like, whoa, yeah. Are we in a cave there? Just take it slightly down. Maybe the blue
orb is over here. He's not an enemy. Yeah, there we go. What does he want me to do? Okay. I've got to take this gem back to his wife. It is very dark in here.
Lives by a dead tree. Did we see a dead tree wife?
I think it's the woman who we gave the bear to. I don't know where the water is though.
Okay, so moving on. We're going to now talk a little bit about fulfilling the brief. So within this component, there's the story engine, which is how does the game world impact the story and how does the story impact the game world? And then there's agency, so the richness of choices.
Take the path behind our house. Ah. We've unlocked a new path.
Oh. I wonder if we'll find water back here, or...
Oh, no, that's another cave. I would like to leave the cave, please.
Cave, I can't see anything. Nope, you're stuck in here for all time.
Oh, this is... I think this is the other side of the cave we were on before? Yeah. Okay. This world does not exist in traditional Euclidean geometry, apparently.
No. Okay. So let's talk about the game world's impact on the story. So we've seen a few evidence of this around the endings, right? So if you've been bitten by angry beavers and you've lost all your health and you die, you get a certain ending. And in fact, now we've also seen how some of the stories. So our choice to take the object from the miner back to the wife removes the boulder, and that changes the gameplay. So in this case, I think there are some very good examples of the game world. Sorry, that I just did the story impacts the game world in that second one. Let's talk about the game world impacting the story. So has the story changed by any of our choices of play in the game world itself? So we've seen it in the endings for sure. Does it change? Does the story change by our decisions in the game world?
I think I suppose so. I don't know what would happen if we were to steal from the lady and then try and take the gem back, but I imagine that she maybe wouldn't move this boulder.
And that's exactly it. So basically what I'm just looking at their course notes right now, because in many of these games we can't play through all the endings. Indeed. So basically, some of
is
our
a fraud.
choices in terms of steal or don't deliver the gem will change the way the character, the storyline with the character with us, and what they then open up in the game. So I actually think that it's a very nicely done job in terms of game world impacting the story. So let's talk about the converse, right? How does the story impact the game world? So there.
Let's think. So I suppose, yeah, the closest example I can think of is that if you help the woman,
yeah, she moves
twice,
the boulder.
She moves the border for you. Which, if you go back to the main menu, it doesn't break. Alright, let's see if I can find some water.
Yep. So I think that's exactly it. So basically,
no. I'm gonna go for a bad person run. They're gonna be faster.
15 examples where the story does change the game world, and it was a nice one too. Actually, it was a very clear one. Let's talk about agency and choices and the richness of choices now. I'm not sorry. There is some construction again. I am not convinced that I know. So there's some choices here. Like, do we get the kid's doll? Do we deliver the gem? Do we pick up the orbs? Do we pick up coins? Do we kill the beavers? Do we go in the mines or out of the mines? And except for the dialogue choices where you have a very clear, like, are you nice or are you not nice? There doesn't seem to be a lot of agency. Like, I don't know why we're picking up the coins, or really, why are we going after these orbs? Was it just because he asked us for it?
Maybe if we get enough coins, we don't need to go see the king.
Maybe, because you're right, she needed treatment. So yeah, I think.
Okay, but I have a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't have enough of it.
So actually, I think that might be a bit of a red herring. So at least in the narrative structure, oh look, if you help somebody, I'm not sure we've even seen the healer, but if you help somebody, he's the one asking for the orbs. If you help him, he's going to give you a lamp to go underground in the cave and see. And then that's when you meet the miner, who then helps you get the path opened. And sometimes you can enter a maze, and then after the maze, there's a castle. We're kind of all over the place. This is interesting. And so the question becomes, if you physically harmed somebody, we're going to end up in prison.
Yeah.
If you helped more people than not, then you'll go on. If you've helped fewer than 2/3 of the people, then you don't get any help from the king. If you've killed enemies, you become a knight, or you get help from the king. I don't see anything in here about coinage. So I think in some cases, like, yes, we have some interesting choices. There's a set of them, and actually they change very carefully, like what's going to happen. So we've been struggling in this cave. Well, actually, if we helped the right person, we would get a lamp.
The issue is, I have no idea how to help that person.
Yeah. Nor do I see, like, I mean, there are ways through this. There are ways through this world that don't require you to help everybody, obviously, but we're actually kind of struggling to find those. Seems like a. So I think.
I think it's a case of they've got lots of choices, but I don't feel there's much agency, because as far as I can tell, the choices seem to be totally random.
That's exactly it. I think that says it exactly. Like, we've got choices, but I don't feel that we have a huge amount of agency here. So let's go on about design elements, which include pacing and storytelling techniques. So
I got through the
how
cave.
do we feel about... Yay! How do we feel about pacing? I think we're lost, and we haven't even hit a maze. Oh goodness, is our king the frog?
Yes.
Right.
Last time he told me off for not being good enough, and so he refused to help. Oh, I'm gonna be executed. I can still move around, which is interesting. Oh, I can start that dialogue again. Okay.
Okay.
So we've found the evil ending and the mediocre ending.
How do we feel
and I've
about
broken it
pacing?
again.
I feel like the pacing's kind of flat in some ways.
Yeah. There are occasional sort of spikes where the enemies arrive, but it seems sort of random.
Yeah.
And it's always a complete surprise.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, and what about storytelling techniques? So we see here dialogue boxes being used to great effect. What else have we seen?
Oh no, because he can come through the fence. What? How did he hurt me? That's very rude. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure that there is much outside of the dialogue boxes. Oh, what's down here? Did I not go this way before? I found the water, which I can apparently walk on. Aha!
There's your orb. Yay! Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I do think the dialogue boxes are really well used in terms of what they're there for. Let's take a look at the feedback that they were given and how they addressed it. So they were told that their initial approach was overly literal and lacked a clear direction. So it looks like they took a fable and they were running with that fable. It was observed they were struggling to find the type of game they wanted to create, which was evident in our early concepts of the game, which were based mostly on the fables themselves. We were told the game only needed to be inspired by the fables and not depicted the story within the fable itself. They provided some advice about crafting a branching storyline. Their guidance helped us understand how to implement dynamic interactions with NPCs, where the NPCs' responses and the game ending would change based on the player's actions and decisions. They got it exactly. So they shifted their focus towards a more narrative-driven game. They focused on the idea of branching storyline. They developed a system where NPCs could remember the player's interaction, allowing their responses and the game outcome to be influenced by the player's choices. This not only added depth to the game, but provided a more immersive and personalized experience. And I think they nailed it. In fact, this is one of these games where we were actually able to very clearly see the story impacts the game and the game impacts the story. So that feedback was both well written about and very well addressed. So I think that brings us to the end of this game. Thank you for it. It was
almost
lovely to watch.
Made it to the good ending, I think. So I want to see.
Oh no!
I want to see if I've managed that. To continue treatment. What? I helped everyone.
Oh!
I helped everyone. That's just not fair. Or at least I helped everyone I could reach. Okay.
All right. I am not even going to try to say our game. Arcanum Proditio, maybe?
I think it would be Proditio? I don't know.
There we go. Let's start.
I've got a very Dwarf Fortress vibe from this. Oh, gotta click down here. Type start. Okay. Hello, adventurer. Before you begin your journey, allow me to introduce you to the commands. Okay. The commands command. That is the command to remind you of what the commands are. Yep, okay. Then category, you see a list of valid categories by choosing a category. This is... Now, this might be... This game may not be... the brief might not be about tutorialization, but this is not, I think, a great example of that.
No. Please
do
remember the
close command to
previous
go back to the
coursework.
currency. Closing command will be try using the command to find the move. Try using the command to find the movement commands that you'll be able to use, and use one of them to go to the next tutorial. Oh, great. Okay. It didn't. It. Oh, the commands command. It's got to be commands. Okay. Movement. I misspelled it. Movement. Commands movement. Okay. We used to move, go, travel, explore to the selected direction. I mean, it doesn't tell me what the directions available are. So I guess go north. Huzzah! So this is a proper old school text adventure.
Uh-huh.
Now that you know how to explore, let me teach you about interacting with items. A text adventure written by someone who really likes bash scripting. Interacting with items. Use the commands command to find all the interactions that you can do. Using health potions will top up the current health. There's no upper limit to how much health you can have. I would recommend against using the items during the tutorial. Why?
Because it breaks it.
Well, I'm gonna find out. Commands, items? Hey. Take all. Okay. As oh no, I don't know what I have anymore. Can I? Sorry. And
Can't really read in the color
I'm
scheme.
guessing.
Yeah, maybe
Displays your
backpack.
contents. Okay. Backpack. Big health potion. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So use big health potion. I really hope this isn't cap sensitive. Did I use it? Okay, I've got one. No. Okay. Uses the selected item. Okay, we need to pass the name of an item. Oh, you need to replace the spaces with dashes. And they're not... Okay, cool. Use big dash. Health dash. Potion. Haha. Well, it doesn't seem to have broken it.
That's good. Good.
This really does feel like trying to get through awkward terminal commands. Okay, what does that say?
Help me. It says help me. And I agree.
Okay. And there's a person to the side. In your journeys, you may encounter people who need help. Whether you have Some of them might be attacked. You may need to be their attackers. The command for that will be the command record to enter a fight. Great. You use the help. Okay, wait. To help people, you use the help command. More information about help command. Check the help category inside. Yep. Okay. Can I? It doesn't have a man page. So I guess help? Okay. Help doesn't do it. What? For information about the help command, check the help category inside commands. There isn't a help category. Maybe it's in dialogue? No. Other? This is an exceptionally awkward way to try and learn how
Not having fun yet.
how
I
the
will
game
admit.
works. Okay, you can use the help command. Help. Help villager? There we go. Okay. I've successfully saved them from ditch. Wait, did it say that they were in a ditch? I've got a shield potion. Go north. Your main source of attack is going to be your spells. They act like items, so all the commands for items will work on them. Spells can only be used during combat, but found in all sorts of places. Pick up the mosquito bite spell and use the fight command to start a fight. Get mosquito.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I can just say all, can't I? Take all? Was it? Okay, there we go. Fight. Fight enemy? Okay, there we go. Spells are going to be a way of attacking. Potions will be useful for healing. Okay. Oh, can I not? Oh, I can still check it. Okay. Commands. Combat. Starts a fight. That's not super helpful. Commands. Other. Commands. Oh no, that's that. Yeah, okay. Close. Spells. No, spells. Mosquito bite. Okay. So use mosquito. I'm sure I've misspelled that.
Yep.
No, there we go. I successfully defeated the enemy. I'm ready to start.
Your adventure.
Before
We
I
haven't started our
start,
adventure yet.
I gave you a potion in your background so that the damage inflicted by the enemy will not start you at a disadvantage. I don't think he caused any damage. Did he damage me? Can I check?
How do we know? How do we know? Oh gosh, is there a command? I've forgotten the command.
No. You may enter dialogues during your adventure. You will need to use the continue command. So no dialogue will be present for one of the actions that produces movement. Okay. Commands. Was it notes? Nope. Another. Okay, I don't think we can check our own health, which is So I need to say continue. There we go. Alright, we're finally in the game. So, long ago, your village was engulfed by a terrible fire, resulting in a tragedy that left you, only you and your childhood friend, as the only survivors when you were very young. You both trained as apprentices in magic. Didn't end up seeing your childhood friend very often as you were separated. I feel like they put a lot of work into sort of doing this sort of console command style control system, when it would have been much easier to have this be some kind of UI based things, and also much more convenient to use.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got proof that the king murdered our village. Okay. Here we go. I can travel north. I want to explore east. Okay, I can't explore east. I have to go east. Can I not go east? Okay. It says that I can use go as an option. I'm not allowed to go east, apparently. Let's go north. Always start going north, I guess. Oh, okay, so you can either take a shortcut or continue traveling north. So I have a feeling that I know which of the fables they're using. Can't remember which one it is.
Go shortcut. Is that going to be a command?
Let's hope. So, go shortcut. Hey, we got a goblin camp. We can try and go around, but your friends is in a fight. Let's fight them. Oh yeah, fight goblin. Spells? Still got mosquito bite. Cool. So use mosquito bite. No? Oh, I've got to have the dashes. Yeah, okay. Dash bite. It would be nice if they had the if they're going to force you to type in slightly awkward commands, if they allowed you to do the like, repeat last command thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Use. No, that's not spelled right. Okay. It doesn't really give us any information about how effective mosquito bite is going to be before we use it. Okay, so our friend is useless. See, we get to a steep hill through thick, long grass. The summit, there's a monument with a small chest at its base. Could take it if you want. The ellipsis there makes it seem like taking it is a bad idea. But I'm going to take it anyway. Let's keep going north. What? Go north. Explore north. All of these, it says, are valid commands. Okay, we'll use move north.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I think
Okay,
we've
I
actually,
can't
we
go
haven't seen
north.
a huge amount of the story yet, but I think we can actually jump into some of the descriptions and thoughts around the marking scheme itself, particularly around, we can start with quality, right? So with quality presentation, I think this is a really interesting presentation. So the question is like graphics, audio, and information design. And despite the simplicity of this, I actually like it harkens back to a particular type of game, right? I mean, this was back in my day, this was a computer game, right? It should be green, but other than that, I'm
Well, I suppose yes. Graphically, it is very consistent, and it
yeah,
fits the vibe they're going for. It, it- I'm
yeah,
not sure how much credit I would give someone for making a blank
yeah.
screen with text on it.
And that's just it. So then there, but even despite that lean into like this actually does graphically feel like, on one of the older games. I think the question then becomes like, is that appropriate for this particular game? Like, is actually the game enhanced by this choice of graphic? And then on top of that, there are other problems. So, for example, some of the information design. So even though there's a
It is,
backpack that we can go look into, you got to remember the commands with a dash, and that's hard. Like even you were saying, like some even basic information design, like autofill or autocorrect or repeat the last command would go a long way here in terms of presentation, wouldn't it?
yeah, it also it's got no audio in it, so that's
Yeah.
one thing. But yeah, the information design is really terrible. There's not really much another way to put it. It's just very awkward to find out what you have to do,
Yep.
and it's not really ever clear exactly what's happening.
Yep. Exactly. So I think in this case, it's flawed, to be honest, and which is a shame because actually creating, the entering the commands and then getting to the right command and doing like there is some work here, especially since it's not one of the standard usage of a lot of the games editors, right? The IDs are not built to do this at this point.
Mm.
So I know that a lot of work went into this, but it was work that I don't think supports the gameplay, if that makes sense. So I think in this case we're flawed here. What about meaningful play? Mechanics, controls, and bugs. I don't know that I've seen any bugs. The controls are typing some words, which we've already kind of said. Sometimes those words are not obvious or the spellings and dashes are weird. The mechanics here, yeah, like you can walk, you can fight, well, we have a backpack, so we can pick things up. What other mechanics are there?
Um, Not many. Ooh, we've unlocked a thunderclap though. So more damage boost potion.
Okay, so we can
And
choose to use a potion and
damage. Well, yeah, so
okay,
we get items and
yeah,
they all work exactly the same way. You type use item, something happens. There's no I mean there wouldn't be really any distinction between this and using spells or hitting them with a stick or anything. It's just use this thing, it has an effect. And the effects are always, from what I can tell, just one player's health goes up or down.
yeah.
Damn,
So
wait,
so
was use damage potion?
we're fighting a little bit with the presentation, but I think kind of mechanically or in theory, like this is playable. It's slow and we're getting frustrated with the typing, but it's playable. So let's talk a little bit about fulfilling the brief. which at this point is a little bit hard because we've spent quite a bit of time in this very complex typing reading tutorial, and I have no idea where we are in the game. So I don't know if we're close to. What are we trying to do in this game again?
I have no. Oh yeah. The king or the big overlord burnt our village down. So we're trying to find him.
Yes, to tell him off.
Sorry, with the last bit with the meaningful play. Yeah. Where did we end up?
Oh, I think it's playable. I mean, I think we're frustrated a little bit with the interface, but I think in terms of mechanics, we've got some simple mechanics.
I think actually I would drop it down to a pass. I'm sorry, I've not had the mark scheme up on the sides, but I've brought that up because as well, I would say that the controls are very awkward, but also we've found what I would say is quite a serious bug in that a lot of the time when it says we can go in various directions, you can't go in those directions.
Actually go there. That is true. I discounted that particular
It doesn't give any reasoning for it, so it just seems like that's broken.
Great. Let's talk about how the game world impacts the story, which I'm not sure I've seen that at all. Partially because I feel lost.
Thunderclap. Use Thunderclap. Okay. I think I might have. We need to. It said it's not. Use.
You like that one? I
think I've
you
broken
can remember
it.
That one. Yeah.
I think I've broken it. What else could we do? What is a reset version? Let's find out. Possibly. Use reset version. Okay. I unbroke it. Cool.
Good job. Good job.
Nope.
We are still struggling now with what
no, it still won't let me use the spells here. Yeah. Can I run away? Sorry, this is very difficult to play this while also thinking about the marking.
Yeah, it is.
So we were talking about the
we're
story
talking
engine.
About how, yes, and how does so let's start originally with how does the how does the game impact the gameplay impact the story? Okay, and I'm looking. I was taking a moment to look at their game notes, and it looks like ultimately there are two endings, and how you play the game will lead you to one of those two endings. There is no narrative structure attached within. There's a description of the narrative structure, but there's no picture of the narrative structure. So basically, the player has to decide in most places which direction to go, and that decision will affect the path and even the enemies that the player must fight with, and then depending on those enemies, the spells and potions they should use. Certain branches you can choose to help people or not will change the future events available to you or items you can obtain. On the player, how the player chooses to act can affect the section of the story they experience, with the ultimate choice being to spare or kill the Lord. So
I had to restart it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think part of the issue is that while there may be interaction between the story and the mechanics, also that's annoying. I couldn't finish reading the result of what happened there before it disappeared. But yeah, part of the issue is it's hard to tell where the interaction between the story and the game is, because it's really hard to do anything in the game. To know what's happening.
Yep. So how about this? From the notes, we can tell that how you play this game will ultimately affect the end story, right? So we at a minimum have an example of where the playing the game, like do you kill the Lord or not, will impact your ending. So that there is an example from the game notes that we can say it works. So let's talk a little bit about the story to the game world. So how does the story impact the game world?
I'm gonna go south this time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't found any examples of that where I could say for certain that there is any impact.
Yeah. Me neither. And I'm struggling. So I'm reading this course note still, and I'm struggling to see anything within it that tells me that a story would change a gameplay. Because I can't see from what's written, like if I interact with the story in this way, it'll change like a route through the game, or it will change the set of items I have in my backpack in a way that would change the outcome of the Lord differently, or the battle with the Lords. That even if I do kill him, if I have these items in the backpack, because of the change I made in the story, then I would have a different ending. So I'm not seeing it, sadly.
I did forget there is one thing that maybe has an effect. I found one of these in the last play run through, and I didn't really register it, but occasionally we're finding these notes which are numbered, which have sort of cryptic messages. So the fire of Akaru may be magic in nature, but the magical resonance suggests that this was not the work of an expert, but someone young, a novice in magic, and a spell out of control. So, I mean, that sounds like it's just a description of some item somewhere, but it's not clear exactly what it means. But maybe you could argue this is a case of narrative affecting the game? Maybe? At a real stretch?
We'll stretch. How about this? We'll be generous and stretch. So let's then talk about agency. So, agency means interesting choices and the ability to make interesting choices. So here's my problem again. I am seeing a lot of choices. I'm seeing a lot of choices, but I'm not seeing interesting choices, because I don't see what's the outcome, that like, why would I choose left versus right, or why would I go north versus south? Going north.
Yeah,
we can't go east because the east was a bug.
Nope.
But
I'm in a fight now.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you got to fight. So I'm seeing choices, but I'm not seeing interesting choices in this.
Yeah, I have users. No, am I misspelling this?
I can't spell.
Right. There we go. So
now we've got some looking on now to design elements like pacing and storytelling techniques. So this is really hard, right? From what we've been able to gameplay, because I don't know where I am. I don't know where we're going. It all seems fairly flat from the way the interface plays with us. Are you getting the same reading?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily completely flat. There is some bits that are more interesting than others. So some of the rooms, essentially, that you end up in have stuff happen. Some of them, nothing happens. But it seems to be completely random. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It just, you stumble into something. Like this fight, the last place we were in was a village where nothing happened.
Yeah.
And now there's a fight. So technically the pacing has gone up, but not in a way that means anything.
Pacing is unclear at this point. We'll go with that. Okay. And then storytelling techniques. What storytelling techniques have we seen?
Lots of text.
Yep.
And I don't think anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think even that is, so it's a partial success at one game writing technique. Or is it an unsuccessful of one game writing techniques? I really do think this choice of text is kind of a unsuccessful hampering of the play.
I'll be honest, it's very difficult to keep track of what is happening because like just having it all described in text is not very engaging, and my brain's sort of sliding off of a lot of the information.
Absolutely, yeah.
Although
right,
that might be part of it being so difficult to run the controls that by the time anything happens, I've forgotten
what it was.
Oh, we were fighting a duke, apparently.
Oh, did we? Because that was one of the end ones, wasn't it?
I think there's several dukes that we need to fight. So we beat one of them, apparently.
Okay. Right. Let's talk about feedback. So they received feedback about the storyline, being informed about having to be careful in how cryptic our notes are, and that players can find enough notes to decipher the message we're trying to send. As such, we ensured that players cannot avoid finding clues in the game. We first proposed the design of our text-based game in one of the labs, regarding how the story would be uncovered via clues, notes, behaviors, and events through the world. The issue of our initial proposal was how far removed some story events are from the main path. So, for example, clues which alluded to your friend's involvement in the tragic fire which killed your family were initially required a very specific chain of commands to access. The feedback they received was this was for the player to pick up your friend's insincerity. All branches of the story would need to encounter relevant events to convey this as opposed to certain branches. So they changed the structure of their events so the branches would converge for certain clues or events before they occur. For example, 3 branches may expand into 6 branches and are bottlenecked down to 3 for 3 separate events. And again, they did not provide within their narrative structure an overall figure showing, the narrative branches and bottlenecks. So it's kind of hard to work with. But I think that in general, I think they heard the feedback about being cryptic in their notes. And in fact, we've seen this in other games before, not text-based games, but in other games where you kind of have to work through and say, they pick up notes, and often it'll go into like an inventory. Somebody will say, oh, I'm just going to collect these notes. Or once they read it, it goes, so you can go back and review it. And I think in many of those games, that's actually much more helpful because I can't remember. You even read the note out loud just a few minutes ago, and I can't remember what that note said. So I'm not sure that by the time we realized we were looking at notes and clues that we had any hope of remembering notes and clues.
Well, we can go back and reread them, so there's that at least.
Yeah, yep. So I think that it was good to rethink how much you needed to have in terms of the notes. I don't know that it has any impact, though, in our choices and agency, right? Like, I still don't know what we're solving here.
And I think if we, again, going back onto the sort of agency thing here, it talks about 2 paths diverging. One goes to a desert, one towards a lake, and it just says south and east. It doesn't say which one is which.
Yep. So I think feedback was addressed, but the changes have had limited success, I think, really, in this particular game. And I think, unfortunately, and this is the problem in all narrative game in our gameplays, but it's been stated many a time, it's key at this point that the game has to be playable within a certain period of time, or at least that there's evidence within that time, I think it is time to move on to another game.